What's up, YouTube? I'm not. I'm down. I'm down under the bus in the underbay. The cool thing for you guys that don't know is I built my own underbay. So I've got the floor panels out so I can still get around down here. But I'm back working on the water heater today. So there it is, sitting in the hole. And after, when I built my box yesterday, I thought I had this really simple, but this box is not strong enough this way. So I'm gonna go back, I need to go back and reinforce that and make it stronger. I did recycle metal from the bus, so that's cool. From the ceiling in the bus that we tore out. And yesterday, this motherboard, I mean, it came in the box with the water heater, but it has no instructions about, it doesn't even tell you that it's a motherboard. I'm not even 100% sure that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But anyhow, it came with a little block of foam on the back of it, like you would just stick it on something, and I'm like, so I struggled around with how to get it mounted with. I thought that piece of foam might have been insulation, but in the end, I think that piece of foam was literally, they would have just shoved it down in a crack and left it. Anyways, I didn't have nowhere to do that. So it mounts like this, and the cover fits properly when you take the piece of foam out from the back. But if I ever need to service it, I would need to get this motherboard out. So today I'm going to go back and take these rivets out and put 1/4-inch bolts in there so I can just remove that plate easily. And the screws that I put in when I mounted this on the inside are too long. I mean, they're not hitting nothing, but I'm going to go back and put some little 832 bolts with little self-locking nuts on them. So if I ever do have to service this, I can just reach back here and unscrew the motherboard, pop it off, get a new motherboard, pop it back on, plug it back in, and should be good. So that's my main thing for today, is to I want to try to get this water heater, correct what I did wrong here yesterday, and then get the outside frame done. I don't know, if you want to strengthen your abdominal muscles and your neck muscles, just work under the bus for a while, because it's a great neck workout. And my tummy muscles were even sore yesterday. It's like, what? The beauties of getting older. Okay guys, I just pulled the cover off that so you could see. I'm pretty positive that's called the motherboard. But you can see the screws that I mounted it with are way longer than they need to be. And they're sheet metal screws, so I think with all the vibration they might work their way loose. So since I gotta move it anyhow to reinforce my box, I'm just gonna get those little 832 bolts and clean that up at the same time. Okay guys, here's what I did to reinforce this back end. I just got it up there with Clecos right now, but I took that piece that I took off the front bulkhead and just put it on the back of this. And now I'll put my rivets through the top down so that they won't be sticking up. And I think this will solve the problem at the back end here. This is tight quarters. All right, let's see if I can get this down here. These are stainless steel rivets, guys. They're not aluminum rivets, so they're way stronger than aluminum. Oh yeah, I get a sense from pulling on this that this is going to solve the problem. So I'll just get the rest of these guys in here. Okay guys, I got my bracket back up here for the motherboard, and I put a shim in this side down here, and I just pushed it up there with a stick up to the front where it needs to be. I think all I gotta do now is slide this back into position and connect everything, and I will be good. Yeah, but be careful not to snag the wires on the way back in here. Yeah, I'm right there on the outside. Wires for the motherboard are all free. And I got my little 832 bolts to put it back on there properly. So this will be way easier than it was yesterday. Screws were too big. Trying to put it into sheet metal was challenging, but it didn't have to be that hard. All right, I've just about got this done down here. The last thing I gotta do is, in the instructions, it says to put these chocks in here to keep the tank from wiggling around. So, motherboard and everything. Look at my little bracket here. I changed out all the screws and stuff in that, so that's all put together right. And I had to put a piece of 1/4-inch plywood right here to shim this back end up to get it right out on the front. And I think I'm gonna be good. All I gotta do is put this one in. And I think I can put this in there and squeeze it over into position. Pull on this. I think I got that. Make sure I'm not pinching that wire. Shoot, I can't see it up there. Doggone it. I pinched that wire, gonna have to put that back out. I'll give you guys the close-up of this stuff now. That's the chocks that hold it in place. There's the motherboard bracket, and the wires go up to the front there. And then there's the chocks on the other side, and that's the ignition wire that's just running down on the top of that 2x4. Okay, I already got my 2 bolts down through this lip down here, and I got that one through, and I just got to drill this one. I got to go push this board forward, but yeah.
Uh-oh, so we didn't drill through the board, huh?
No, we went to the side, but that's okay. I'll just push it forward and just drill the wood. That's not a problem.
I wondered about that.
Piece of wood back there?
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Did that push it forward?
Yes, it did.
Man.
It is hot out here.
Es muy caliente.
It is hot.
Should be able to go back in there And you should be able to just hold these.
Okay. Hey, YouTube, he's got me back out here in the heat. Bottom or top?
You've been here for 10 minutes.
I know, it's hot.
I've been out here for... on the top one. Push it on the top one. How's that looking?
That's good, that's good. I bet that's about it. Bottom?
A little bit more.
You got it. There, you got it. All right. Hey, all I gotta say is I don't like working in these kind of hot conditions, man. I honestly don't know how he does it. How do you do it, baby? Huh?
Just want to get it done. Okay, guys, I got this trim ring in here. It is a tight fit. And it just connects in with 4 screws here that go into the back end there. And there's that wire I was worried about pinching, so I know I didn't pinch it, the ignition wire. That's awesome. And then this door just sits on those 2 pegs. And
voila! She's beautiful.
so all I got to do is hook up the gas line. The gas line comes in right here. And hook up the wires and run them up to the switch to the 12-volt power. And it should be good. So just to keep it real, this took me, I want to say a day and a half, but this day's pretty much done. So I'm 2 days into that, but it's worth it because I got it in there right. And if we ever have to service it or exchange it out, it'll be easy to do because we put it in with that in mind. So we're good to go. So I don't know what you're watching this for, but if you have a great day, that'd be awesome, and lots of love in your life, even better.